Ladies, just days after analyzing Angie from Hot and Flashy's retirement video, another female creator dropped a bombshell about her YouTube journey. As your YouTube channel producer and strategist and biggest cheerleader for women creators, I knew we needed to talk about this because Frederique Bros' story reveals critical insights that could transform your channel's success. Before we dive in, like I mentioned in my Angie video analysis, I am not here to diagnose Frederique's specific growth challenges. Instead, we are using her experience as a jumping off point for a larger, crucial conversation about YouTube, the algorithm, and the real highs and lows of building a sustainable channel. All right, ladies, class is in session. Let's do this. Frederique recently came out with a video saying that she was done with YouTube. Well, not completely, just in the way that you've gotten to know her. You might know her for her French fashion tips. And she was also kind enough to join me on my podcast. I really enjoy her. I enjoy her content because she's very self-assured and self-aware. She's magnetic, she's fun to watch, and she brings such authentic energy to her content. You can tell like this is who she is. What you see on the camera is who you see in real life, and I love that for her, and I think that's why she's seen so much success so far. So stay until the end because I'm breaking down the truth about niche evolution and when it's time to pivot, the real story behind what's happening with fashion and beauty on YouTube, plus my honest thoughts about her bold channel pivot that might surprise you.
Come on, how many more videos can I create to advise you how to look like a Parisian, how to dress better, how to look younger, what to dress when you're petite, how to dress if you want to look slimmer or taller, or how to create another capsule wardrobe. Which color you should wear for the next fashion trend. Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
When Frederique asked in her video, how many French fashion videos can I make? She's touching on something that I see constantly in my work as a YouTube strategist. Content evolution isn't just normal, it is almost inevitable as creators grow and change. So let me break this down with real examples that I've experienced firsthand. I recently worked with two creators making dramatic but successful niche transition. Caitlin Pawlowski transformed her channel from designer handbag reviews to commentary content. Tracy Campoli evolved from strictly workout videos to broader life advice. Both transitions were successful, but here's what most people don't realize. These changes required careful strategy and timing and planning. As a channel strategist, niche transitions are one of the more common issues that I'm hired to deal with. Why? Because successful creators like Frederique often reach a point where they personally evolve beyond their original content. The passion that once drove them to create daily content starts to fade, and they need a new direction that aligns with who they've become. And this is crucial to understand whether you're just starting your YouTube journey or you've been creating for years. Your content interest will likely evolve as you grow. And it's not just about getting bored, it's about personal growth and maintaining that authenticity, which we all know is so important for YouTube success. While it takes tremendous self-awareness to acknowledge this need for change, which I applaud Frederique for, she seems to be very aware of what's going on and what she needs to do. It takes even more strategic planning to execute it successfully.
I need to talk about the trolls. Criticizing my hair, the tattoos, the glasses, that I'm forcing my French accent, that no one talk like that. And sometimes said, oh, my accent is so fake. She's not even French. Is she Russian? One even said, my teeth looks like the barracuda. And of course, I look my age, I look younger, I look so much older. Oh, she had so much work done on her face. Oh yeah, my eyes are not symmetric. I'm aware of that. Can change it, okay? Imagine a world for you. You wake up every morning and you open your phone and every morning you have those type of comments for 5 years, every day. Of course, I'm not talking about the good comments, but we talk about the trolls, okay?
Let's talk about something that Frederique brought up that honestly, it made me sad and it does concern me about the platform, the hater situation. While she maintains an admirably positive attitude about the whole thing, I needed to address this head on because I see it affecting so many women creators. Here's the harsh truth, and this is what I've come to realize. Some of the cruelest comments often come from other women. In fact, they almost always come from other women. As someone who's worked behind the scenes with countless female creators who I get this all the time, people joke when they work with me, they're like, you're my YouTube therapist. Like, they're like, get me off the ledge. There's these haters and this and that. And so I've spent a lot of time handling this with clients, thinking about this, looking into this. I actually did an entire lesson about this. I have in my camera confidence course. I'll link it below if you're interested. But YouTube creators are easy targets because, to be completely honest, who wouldn't want this job? Who wouldn't want to wake up, stay home, talk about what they love, get free products, maybe even, get brand endorsements and deals or trips and all the amazing accolades that come from being really successful on YouTube and get paid for it. People are jealous. And I'm not just saying this, be like, oh, they're just jealous. No, I genuinely think in this case, people are jealous. And YouTubers are very easy targets. And there's literally a comment section just sitting there waiting to be used.
I'm talking about those YouTubers who are copying my full scripts, almost word by word, or they just change a little bit the intro, my thumbnails, or some even using my name in the title of the video without even contacting me or asking permission. So many times I have to contact YouTube for copyright infringement. So many times YouTube didn't answer. Even the best, not long time ago, I had a comment saying, oh, you're copying the video of this creator. And I responding, no, you are wrong. This creator copying me. Look at the date of the video. You can tell I've been posting first. This one's using my thumbnail. This one is using my title. This one is using everything. Oh my gosh, really?
So let's talk about something Frederique mentioned that's becoming a massive issue in our space. Content copying. This is also something that concerns me. In the past, I'd always tell my clients, look, if people are copying you, it means that you're doing something worth watching. It just almost like a badge of honor, right? You're successful. People are going to copy you. But ladies, we're facing a whole new challenge now. With the rise of AI, we're not just dealing with occasional inspiration borrowing anymore. We are seeing YouTube gurus actively teaching people to rip off other creators' scripts. This boils my blood. They tell them, rip off other creators' script, grab the script, run it through ChatGPT, and regurgitate it as original content. Let me share something that absolutely infuriated me recently and hit home with this exactly. One of my clients discovered that her entire script, word for word, not even put into ChatGPT, word for word, was being used on one of those faceless AI-generated channels. And here's what's crazy. It was a male voice, an AI voice, and they took her script, word for word, and in there she talked about being a mother. And this AI thing didn't even change it at all. It's not just copying, it is theft of somebody's intellectual property and hard work. Now, let me be clear about something. Taking inspiration from titles, thumbnails, or video topics, it happens in every creative field. It is part of the game. But whole script theft, and even if you do put in a ChatGPT, that crosses a line, especially when you consider the hours of expertise, research, and personal experience that goes into creating truly valuable content. But here's why I'm actually optimistic about the future. As these AI copycats flood YouTube, I believe that we're gonna see an even stronger appetite for authentic, human-driven content, which means it's even more important that you are your true authentic self. Real expertise and genuine personality cannot be replicated by AI, and viewers are getting better at spotting the difference, or at least I hope they are.
A majority of you have subscribed to my channel, and I'm grateful for that, for my styling tips. But listen, beauty is dying on YouTube. It's been years, it's like slowly plunging. Same for fashion, same for styling tips. And maybe you don't know, but creators, we know that because we keep in touch with what happened in YouTube and statistics and things like that. People right now are barely watching TV. They're watching YouTube. Actually, the last study said people are watching more YouTube than Netflix, especially now on the TV. So this is why I'm telling you, the YouTube game is absolutely incredible right now.
So let's address something significant. Frederique's statement about beauty and fashion YouTube dying. As someone who works intimately with hundreds of women creators in these niches, I have to respectfully disagree with this blanket statement. And here's what I'm actually seeing behind the scenes. Yes, these niches have evolved, but what niche hasn't? Especially over the last however many years YouTube has been in existence. But dying? Let me share some real numbers with you. I have a client with less than 20,000 YouTube subscribers in a specialized beauty niche whose generating 6 figures a year, and she has been for the last several years. I have several clients, both current and past, making well over 7 figures a year from their beauty and fashion channels with less than 300,000 subscribers. And I have others that have large channels that are making multiple 6 figures and multiple 7 figures a year. This isn't an isolated case. And as Frederique mentioned, I want to also emphasize the fact that, YouTube is now bigger than Netflix. This isn't just a random statistic. It shows the massive hunger for authentic personal content. People aren't moving away from beauty and fashion content. They're just consuming it differently. And let me tell you about something that I think is game-changing that Frederique didn't mention. YouTube shopping. This new initiative is revolutionizing how beauty and fashion creators monetize their content. In fact, just this week, I am filming a live presentation to my bootcampers with a special guest all about YouTube shopping, the ins and outs of it. A lot of my clients are using it. If you want me to do more videos about YouTube shopping here on this channel, I've considered doing that. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what your questions are. Let me know what you'd like to know about YouTube shopping, because I am seeing women absolutely crushing it with these features. Ladies, it's not always about the number of views and subscribers you have. Yes, that plays a part, but I always say there is an invisible metric when it comes to YouTube, and that's how much you're actually bringing in as income, your ROI. And I do feel as if these beauty and fashion, maybe they're not getting the millions of views there were before, but these women are making some serious money with it. And it definitely is not a niche that should be dismissed, and not one that I think is dying. Like I said, it's just different.
When you're starting a YouTube channel and you talk about the niche, mine was fashion and styling tips. I truly love helping people and women to feel and to look stronger and better, but I don't enjoy anymore. How many times can I tell you which top you should wear with these tailor pants with those shoes? I have more to offer than fashion tips. So what to do? Now you know how to dress well. You know what is best for you, okay? But what about just an idea like that? What about if I teach you something else? Something even better than styling and fashion? What about if I show you how to make money? Wait before judging me. It's not money for a social status. Making money and it's peace of mind. It's also freedom. It's also give you a better variety of choices of your life.
I really applaud Frederique for making such a bold decision and announcing it publicly like this. As somebody who guides creators through these transitions, I can tell you that it is not easy. It is not easy at all. But you can tell that she seems excited and passionate about this new topic that she's going to be covering on her channel. And honestly, that's exactly what I would tell her to do. I like how she's going cold turkey and taking a bit of time for herself during this transition and taking a break and coming back with a bang. It is probably the fastest way to pivot to another niche. And this actually reminds me of another creator, Sorel Amor. I don't know her personally, I've never worked with her, and I actually really wanted to bring her on my channel, my podcast, but she declined. But if she ever changes her mind, I'd love to have her. She successfully pivoted from photography and travel content to finance during COVID. It was a huge shift, but she nailed it because she was genuinely passionate about that topic. So she did it a little bit differently and did it with 2 different channels. Naturally, she couldn't really do her travel content during 2020, 2021. So she had this other channel that she built up very successfully, and it worked. And I have to mention my dear friend and former podcast guest who became both a student and a client of mine, Kimberlea. She's had multiple successful iterations of her channel, going from pop sockets to anti-MLM to true crime. Those audiences have nothing to do with each other, but she made it work on the same channel because she stayed true to her authentic interests, and she pivoted when those interests changed. And personally, because I know her so well, when she initially came to me about switching to true crime, I was like, oh, like I knew she actually followed cases, because I remember whenever there was an interesting case, I would always text her and be like, oh, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? Because she follows, like she does that for fun. And she went to law school. So she has a lot of that knowledge, expertise. She's a great researcher. And it just made sense when she told me, I'm like, wow, actually, I didn't think of that for you, but I think that is a great idea. So there's a lot of strategy behind the pivot and the change, but it worked, and it worked because it was so authentic to her and it aligned with her own talents and interests as well. So I love how Frederique said life is short, and she is 100% right. It is too short to be creating content you cannot stand or aren't passionate about anymore. All of this previous experience led to this moment, this decision, this pivot. As she said, if you don't try it, you'll never know that maybe this is it. And I just believe that. Like, I believe in life, sometimes there's decisions that seem hard or don't make sense, but it feels right to you. It feels like this is where I'm supposed to be in this moment. I mean, I can even take it personally for myself, like starting a podcast way back when, interviewing YouTube creators. I wasn't on YouTube at the time, but it just felt right. I loved YouTube. I watched it. I understood it. It made sense to me. And that decision for me, it took me from being in real estate. That's actually what I was doing in commercial real estate, to a completely different career. If you would have asked me when I was in high school what I'd be doing, no, I would have no idea. But life is interesting, and sometimes you have to do certain things to get you to exactly where you're supposed to be. So I do believe all the different things that I went through in my own career, in my life, has led to where I'm at today. And for Frederique, that might be the case for her. Maybe she needed to go through that route to get through a better place that's gonna take her in the future. And she's staying authentic to herself. She's staying true to herself. And what she's doing is exactly what I tell everybody that comes across my path. Well, at least when it pertains to YouTube. Well, even not, right? It's like, you can't go wrong by creating and doing things from what is passionate within you. You really can't. And that is what people want to see. They want to see other people that are owning themselves, that are in their dharma, that are in their own purpose. And that's what makes you exciting to watch. That's what makes you engaging and charismatic, is that passion that's coming from within. And so that's part of the reason why I wanted to bring Frederique's case here, is because I do love this pivot for her, because it seems right based on how she was presenting herself. Like I said, I don't know her personally. I just interviewed her on the podcast years ago, but there's just something about the transition that I feel like for her seems like the right move. And if it's the right move for her, it honestly doesn't matter if it's the right move for her audience. It really doesn't. While she is taking her audience into consideration, that's why she's telling them, and she's very, very respectful and very honored. You can tell she's humbled by her audience and the following that she has, which I think makes her endearing in this whole process. I really like seeing that from her. She has to at the same time be true to yourself. And that's sometimes a hard choice for people to make, because they almost feel in debt to this audience that has given them this incredible new career, and that's given them this opportunity that maybe they never even thought was possible in their life. And it seems like she had a little bit of that internal discussion, because she said that she'd been waiting or taking over a year to make this decision, because it's not an easy decision. And I know in working with Kimberlea in the past, like that was something for her too. And same thing with Caitlin. Anytime anybody's going to change niches, you don't want to disappoint the people that got you to where you're supposed to be here. But I do think a lot of people understand, though, when people change their interests and their passions, and nobody wants anybody else, especially somebody else that they admire and that like, creating from a place of non-alignment. I know for my favorite creators and people that I watch, and I just know this from working in this industry, is that you want whoever you likes to be happy. You know, you want them to be happy. You don't want them sacrificing their own internal GPS system, which I actually mentioned in a different video. Lisa Nichols mentions her own GPS system of the direction that you're supposed to go in life, the purpose of your life. And you need to follow that. And when you feel like you're not in alignment with what you're doing, you have to change. You have to move from that. That's why I want to bring Frederique's example to you and show you that people are doing it. And that if you're feeling this, that you want to take stock at what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and really make some maybe tough decisions. I'm really excited to see where this takes Frederique, and I'm really grateful she was willing to be vulnerable and share this journey with her audience, because like I said, it opens up such an important conversation for all of us in this space. So ladies, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever considered a major pivot with your content? Is there anything about what I said that resonated with you, or maybe you have questions on? Maybe there's more videos I can create about it. Drop a comment and let me know. And if you found this analysis helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more strategic YouTube insights every single week. And if you want even more from me, I do have my YouTube bootcamp where I can personally coach you and help you and guide you through some of these very difficult decisions you might have to make about your YouTube channel. And the link for that is below. That's it for this one. Ladies, keep shining, keep creating, and most importantly, keep being you.